And welcome back. We had some members of the Pine Belt out riding their bikes here at Longleaf. Yeah, overall it is just a very hot day outside. So if you did have any activities, you need to make sure that you stay hydrated, and that's going to unfortunately continue for the next couple of days. Our temperatures outside just brutal. 98 degrees was our official high, 78 was our low. Heat index wise, we got up to about 111 degrees only about 3 or 4 hours ago. Of course, no precipitation to speak of. We're still above average. It just has been kind of a miserable day outside. The good news is we do have some relief in store. Now, tonight's forecast, we're going to be in the lower 70s, cloudy with a slight chance of some thunderstorms popping on up again. We have been so warm that there's plenty of energy for any storms that can get going, kind of get a kickstart to kind of hold on to. And those winds will be out of the northeast, right around 5 miles per hour for your highs tomorrow. A little bit of break in the action. We're going to cool on off. And I say cooling off, we'll still be near average or at average in the lower 90s. Winds out of the north versus the southwest. Showers and some heavier thunderstorms could make their way in as well. And we're still talking about our heat index values right near 105 degrees. It's better than 110, but due to this, we also are going to have a heat advisory in effect for tomorrow. So here was our excessive heat warning I mentioned yesterday. It'd be possible to have it extend to the Gulf Coast. That did happen. Once this goes away or is allowed to expire, which it has been expired already, but once our system updates, then we're going to see that orange kind of move on in. We'll have another heat advisory in effect for tomorrow. Here is what it looks like outside the past couple of hours. We have had some spotty showers kind of kick on up. Again, a few of these had a few rumbles of thunder. That's been about it. One heavier cell that moved off into the northeast of New Orleans, and we have some on off to the east as well. These are all basically just because we have been so warm today. There's plenty of moisture. That's why our heat index values were so high today, that these storms, once they get going, they can just kind of continue along with it, and we'll keep a slight chance again for some of these thunderstorms going into the overnight hours. But overall, most of us should start to kind of clear on out. That's also going to help our temperatures cooling off into the lower 70s for tonight, as you saw. Notice there's one little boundary that goes right through central Arkansas back down into Texas. This is kind of the beginnings of that little bit of a cool front that we're going to have moving on through. It's going to take a little while before it does so, and once it does, it's actually going to kind of stall on out over us. Unfortunately, that's going to bring back a little bit of moisture, but that's also going to keep us cooler. And then once it moves to the southeast, we have some dry air behind it, so we will get the heat to return eventually. But it's looking to keep our heat index values rather tame, considering what we've been through today and yesterday. So future radar tonight, again, clearing on out. The front will start to approach from our northwest, kind of stays on up in the northern portions of the state for tomorrow morning. And then as it moves on through, you can see showers and thunderstorms start to break on out tomorrow. Again, some of those could be heavy to severe. We are under a marginal risk of severe weather right now, so we'll just have to watch that closely. Again, don't really expect tornadoes, but damaging winds would be the main threat along with this. So your forecast, of course, is brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates. We'll be in the lower 90s for Wednesday and Thursday, 95 for your Friday, mostly sunny skies. And that front will finally push on through over in the weekend. Temperatures cooling off to the 80s by Sunday. We could pick up maybe an inch to 2 inches over the weekend. We're going to stay in the 80s for the first half of next week.